Yes, guys. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another Arsenal transfer news live show. We're here to give you the latest Arsenal news, of course. About 4 days left until the window. Of course, January window does officially close, and it's not looking good in terms of Arsenal signing some players, as well as actually selling players as well. Yeah, they said it's been one of the, if not the worst window I've ever witnessed in January. I'm sure it's the same for many clubs, many other clubs as well. When it's very frustrating to see our club's not doing any business whatsoever when we all know we need to. But yeah, nevertheless, guys, we are here to go through the latest rumors. Of course, so we keep up to date every single day. We try to do that. And we will be going through the latest rumors today. Our main story today is confirmed by David Ornstein that Arsenal are interested in Leicester City midfielder Dewsbury-Hall, of course. Dewsbury-Hall, we have been linked with him. Brighton, Brentford, and Arsenal are the main clubs in for the player. Brighton still leading the race and actually have open talks with Dewsbury Hall, but we're going to get more into that later. We'll also talk about Fabio Vieira as well. As Monaco are looking at Vieira, I'll also give you a quick update on Martin Zubimendi latest to Arsenal in the summer. So make sure you guys hit like buttons up. Leave your thoughts down below as always. I will be back, by the way, later today with a watch along. We're doing Nigeria against Cameroon in the last 16 of AFCON. So make sure you guys come over and check that one out. Let's get into the news today.
Welcome back, guys, to another Arsenal transfer news show.
Declan Rice has officially signed for Arsenal.
Players in before the start of the season. If this deal gets done before the start.
All right, guys. So big everyone in the chat as always. Make sure you guys hit like buttons up, and also leave all your thoughts down below as always. Let's get into the first piece of news today when we start with our main story about David Ornstein talking about Dewsbury-Hall from Leicester. So he's dropping an exclusive here. Brighton are in negotiations with Leicester City to sign Kieran. Don't know how you pronounce his first name, but Dewsbury-Hall, of course, from Leicester. So yeah, they want 30 million. That is the price tag that Leicester City want for this type of player. Is 30 million. Gap in valuations, but talks ongoing. Competition from Brentford, Arsenal, plus Fulham as well. Also admire the player, but European football puts Brighton in the driving seat, and this is of course reported by David Ornstein there. So yeah, currently, guys, looking at Brighton are leading the way to sign Dewsbury-Hall from Leicester, and also, of course, many clubs are in for him. I mean, we apparently admire the player. I don't know really how much that really means that we admire him. We're interested in the player, whether or not we're actually going for someone like Dewsbury-Hall in January for 30 million. We're going to have to find out and wait and see. Most likely not. I mean, I don't see Arsenal really going in and signing this player. It would make sense for him to go to a team like Brighton, really, back in the Premier League, because, actually watching this guy when he's, of course, we saw this guy last season playing for Leicester, and they did get relegated. And obviously he's been a big part of why they're obviously doing so well in the Championship, and they're obviously going to come back up next season. He's one of the most important players. I don't necessarily see him leave in January for Leicester because he's one of the most, key players. So why would they really get rid of him? I remember watching this guy last season, and he actually impressed me multiple times when we watched Leicester. I think this guy was one of the main guys, really, and I think he is a very, very good player. But the answer is he good enough to start for Arsenal Football Club? Is he good enough? Is he the type of player that we're going to sign and he's going to improve us? Is he going to? I mean, I see this signing again just coming in as depth, really. I don't really see this guy being a regular starter at Arsenal. Although I think he's a decent player. I actually do rate the player, by the way, people. I think he's shown. I mean, I don't really watch Championship, but he definitely shown his quality last season when he did, play for Leicester pretty regularly. And obviously this season, I know he's been a big part of why they're most likely going to come back up. Will be coming up this season. Obviously, it's back to the Premier League, and he is, a decent player for 30 mil as well. It's not that bad of a price tag if we were to go in for him. But I'm just looking at this like realistically right now. Brighton seems to be the main club. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up going to Brighton, to be honest. But again, would I take him? For me, I actually would take this player. I actually would take this player. Now, I don't think he's obviously better than someone like Odegaard, um, better than what I will say. I think this guy's better than Fabio Vieira, who we will talk about in a minute. And I do think this guy, obviously, I'll tell you what, we're going to get his profile up as well very quickly. Bear me 1 second. Let me quickly do this. Let me get this profile up for him. But I don't think he's good enough to be a regular starter yet at Arsenal. I think he's like 25 now as well. But I think he's good for someone we bring in the midfield depth because he can play DM as well, I'm pretty sure. So let me quickly just share his profile here. Here he is, Dewsbury-Hall. He's 25 years of age. Of course, they want 30 mil for the player. But yeah, he can play as obviously DM centre midfield, and as well as he's can play number 10 as well. So where Odegaard usually plays centre mid, he can play where probably Havertz plays in like the number 8 role. I reckon this is probably his best position, is in that sort of 8 role where where what's his name, Havertz is playing right now. And yeah, I feel like this guy could be, decent depth for 30 million to come in. Again, I don't right now. I mean, maybe has the potential, but right now I don't see this player coming in and starting week in week out, being a regular starter for Arsenal. But what also I think it would be a decent signing just for that depth, to add another midfielder in, just for that depth there. Because look, we know Partey's coming back. And he's back in full training, so we can have Partey, Declan Rice, Odegaard, and you can sort of have Dewsbury-Hall. For me, is the type of player that will just improve our bench, really. Look, and if there are any less fans watching, I'm not disrespecting him. I think he's a good player, but talk about for Arsenal Football Club, is this guy good enough to start week in, week out for us in that midfield? Probably not, is the answer. That's just my opinion. Probably not. And yeah, I don't really see us actually signing this player anyway. I think he will stay at Leicester until until the summer, maybe, because they're currently flying in the Championship. He's one of their most important players, really, and he has been at Leicester for quite a few years now. Of course, we all saw him in the Premier League last season, and obviously this season he's been doing. I mean, let's take a look at some of how he's been doing. Really, I mean, yeah, look at that. He's bagging for fun. Look at that, 9 goals and 9 assists in. What the hell happened there, guys? Literally, what the hell happened there? I don't even know. Anyway, let's continue. Yeah, he's literally bagging for fun in the Championship. 9 goals and 9 assists. He started pretty much all their matches. You can see there, played 27 matches, got 9 goals and 9 assists in the Championship. And obviously, this guy has been excellent, fantastic player for Leicester over the recent years. And I actually would take him. But I don't see a type of deal happening, really. It wouldn't surprise me if he was to go and sign for Brighton. I think it'd be a good signing for them. But I most likely see this guy staying where he is, really. Less than 30 million, and I most likely see this guy staying at Leicester. Maybe in the summer he might move on, but that's for Leicester fans to decide. But I don't see Arsenal, signing a guy like Dewsbury-Hall personally. It's not saying that I don't rate him, because I said I wouldn't mind us signing a player like Dewsbury-Hall. But I've watched him. I think he's decent just to be, sort of like a player in the squad depth, sort of a player who can improve our bench, because we know we need to improve our bench massively. I feel like Dewsbury-Hall could be that guy to improve our bench. And again, I'm not disrespecting the player. If people think I'm doing that, I'm not. I think he's a good player, but I just don't see him coming in and being a regular guy for Arsenal. I think you need a midfielder there who, we may have to go and splash a bit more money for. A midfielder who's more sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? More advanced than a player like Dewsbury-Hall. I think there's a guy we're going to talk about right towards the end who we need to go and get. But we need a midfielder now, and we also need a striker now. So honestly, I wouldn't mind it if we were to go and sign Dewsbury-Hall now, just for 6 months. Well, not 6 months. Obviously, we're signing him now as like a alternative, like a realistic option now. If we want to go and get a midfielder, because we ain't gonna get Zubimendi now, but we will most likely get the player. We'll talk about him in the summer. Players like not Tuchemeni. I wish Tuchemeni. Player like Zubimendi. We have to wait until the summer. Apparently, we're definitely going to do it. We're not going to sign him now, if that makes sense. But someone like Dewsbury-Hall, we can come in as an alternative right now. 30 million is not too bad, to be honest, in terms of the price tag is going to be. He can come in and only improve that depth in the midfield. And obviously, then in the summer, we can go big and we can play the release clause for someone like Zubimendi. And then there we go. I mean, that's what we could do. It's better than signing no one, isn't it, people? It's better than signing no one. And Dewsbury-Hall, as I said, wouldn't be a bad signing. I don't think. I actually do rate the player. And what I've seen of him at Leicester, he's impressed me. He really has. So, yeah, Championship, he's bagging for fun. Again, it's just one of those ones, guys. We're talking realistically here right now. Is he going to end up leaving Leicester when they're in a very good position right now, when he's one of their most important players? He's played pretty much all their games this season. Bagged 9 goals, 9 assists in the Championship this season. Is he going to end up leaving Leicester? I don't see it personally. I don't see it. But yeah, the current news, guys, reported by David Ornstein, is that Dewsbury-Hall, Brighton are the main club. Brighton apparently leading the race and have open talks and are in current negotiations to sign Dewsbury-Hall from Leicester. Fulham, Brentford, Arsenal also admiring Dewsbury-Hall as well. Let us know, people, your thoughts. Would you take Dewsbury-Hall? Arsenal fans, let me know. Would you take him? Let me know, people. Let me know. Would you take Dewsbury-Hall? You can see across here. Obviously, his stats are down there. People, love to look at the stats. His stats compared to other midfielders based on this season. I mean, 98% chance creation, aerial duels 36. You got defensively 35, 89% goals, 88 shot attempts, 82% touches. Honestly, I reckon this guy could be pretty decent in the number 8 role just for now. I mean, if we were to go and sign it, just in hindsight, if we were, because I don't think we are going to sign this player, but if we were to sign this player, I think his best position for us would be where Havertz is right now. In that number 8 role, I can really see him doing a good job there. That is just if we were to sign him. But personally, guys, I don't think we are going to sign Dewsbury-Hall. To be fair, we got Leicester fan in the chat. We got Scott in the chat. Scott, bro, big up to Scott in the chat, by the way. Even into you, bro. Dewsbury-Hall has been linked with many clubs. Brighton, the main one. Looking at your guy, bro. We apparently admire the player as well. Fulham doesn't, Brentford. But what do you think, Scott, man? Is he going to end up leaving Leicester in January? I personally don't think he will leave you guys. I think he's such an important player to you. Well, obviously you're the expert on Leicester, so you'd know. So yeah, this is what he says. He says, in all honesty, as much as he's been a good player for us, I don't see him escalating much, even if he gets to move to Premier League team. Look, for me, I was just saying, like, I wouldn't mind him, like, especially in January, where we know we're not going to really sign that midfielder like Zubimendi, who we really wanted until the summer. I wouldn't mind us getting someone like Dewsbury-Hall to, only improve our depth. I feel like he'd be a good player for us, where Havertz playing really in that number 8 role. So I feel like what I've seen of him, obviously, I watched him mostly last season. Obviously, I've seen how good he's been for you lot this season in Championship as well. I've actually, the guy's really impressed me, man. So, but I don't really see him leaving you guys, man. I don't see him really leaving Leicester, especially in January, when you're currently smashing it right now in the Championship. I think he's one of your most key players as well. He's been, obviously 9 goals, 9 assists so far Championship, and he's been a big part for you guys. But yeah, he says the guy has an engine on him, but his end products and quality is something he needs to work on to be fine for a top 6 team, especially. There we go then, people. There we go. This going from a Leicester fan. Big up Scott as always, man. Absolute real one. Hope you're all good, bro. But yeah, there we go. Big up Alf as well. He says we've already have Smith Rowe. Yeah, that's what I was going to come on next. In fact, like talking about this, what would it mean if we would have signed someone like Dewsbury-Hall? What would it mean for a guy like Smith Rowe? You know, exactly. We would have Smith Rowe, and this is what I'm saying. Like, play Smith Rowe. Just play him more often on Twitter. This is the thing. You know, this manager did do that. Like last game we played, you know, he got 20 minutes. He looked very, very good, Smith Rowe. But I want to see this guy play more often. I want to see this guy have more game time now. You know, because what if we were to sign a midfielder like Dewsbury-Hall? That would affect Smith Rowe's development massively. As I said, I would prefer. I don't know about you, Alf, yeah, and Arsenal fans. I'd prefer Dewsbury over someone like Fabio Vieira right now. You know, I don't know what you guys think, but over Smith Rowe, honestly, I mean, if it's up to me, what would I do if we had the option to sign Dewsbury-Hall or play Smith Rowe? If Smith Rowe will get more minutes, obviously Smith Rowe. I think we already have a player there who's ready. Exactly, we already have Smith Rowe. He's there. He's ready. He just needs that more game time to obviously develop because he's been 100% not been getting enough game time whatsoever. You know, 100%. So hopefully his manager does play Smith Rowe more often. But I'm going to quickly go speak out everyone else. Jordan's in the chat. Tamina's stop. I don't know. I can't see Tamina in the chat. I don't know what she's doing, Jordan. Got Luca dropping his link again. How is Don's, Luca? How is MK Don's? What's going on with MK Don's, Luca? Was it all good? I did see your vlog. I did see it. You guys won, didn't you? Was it 2-1 against Gilliam in the end? So, yes, Luca loves to drop his link. Big up Dalaval in the chat as well. Big up to you as well, Dalaval. Hope you're all good. Saliba says, no, thanks, he ain't good enough. Says, obviously, about Dewsbury-Hall. Look, as I said, I think as a regular start week in, week out for Arsenal, I don't really see it. I wouldn't mind him on the bench, sort of like improving our squad depth, Saliba, though. That's just for me personally. We need world-class players, not average players. Come on, I don't think he's ban average. I think he's a decent player, man. I think he's a decent player. But obviously, look, that's your opinion, bro. And no, and I do agree as well. We do need world-class players. You know, no, this is the whole thing, like why we got Champions League football. This is what everyone's, you know, telling us. You know, we got Champions League football to attract world-class players. So let's go and sign some world-class players. I agree with that. But I'm looking at it realistically, yeah, as we've seen with Edu and how the business is going, especially in January. We ain't going to sign a world-class player. It's just not going to happen. Maybe in the summer it will. You know, I think there's plenty of world-class players that we could go for in the summer. But right now, current situation, I think it's better signing Dewsbury-Hall than nobody. I don't know what you think, Saliba. But yeah, no. Look, I agree with the first bit. Like, we do need world-class players. But I don't think Dewsbury-Hall's average, personally. What I've seen of him, I actually think he's pretty decent, to be fair. But yeah, that's your opinion, bro. As always, big up yourself. Absolute real one. Ria is here with me. Big up, Ria. Hope you're all well, Ria. Big up yourself. So Fabio Vieira, yeah, we'll be getting onto him next, in fact. But yeah, Vieira to Monaco, guys. We'll be covering that story right in a couple of minutes about Fabio Vieira. But yes, we'll come back to that in just a second, Saliba. Big up Saik as well. Hope you're all good, Saik. Hope you're all doing well. Absolute real one. 15 likes and subscribe. Big up, guys. Let's smash more than 15 likes. Let's go for 20 as always, people. Let's go 20 likes on the stream. It can be done. We'll be live later today with a watch-on as well. Nigeria against Cameroon, last 16 AFCON. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one. It should be good. Cool intro, yeah. But guys, let's hear what. Should we play it one more time? Come on, let's actually run it again. Come on.
Welcome back, guys, to another Arsenal transfer news show.
Declan Rice has officially signed for Arsenal.
Players in before the start of the season for if they'll get signed before the start.
Absolute banning, right? Now I'll tell you something now. It's like I'm gonna keep that. I'm keeping that intro for forever now. Yeah, this is the official transfer. The official transfer intro is gonna say like that. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Big up, big up, big up. If Fabio is going, yeah, good riddance. Yeah, we'll be getting on to Fabio Vieira. There's been talk about Monaco. I know move for him, but yeah, so we'll give my thoughts on Vieira in just a second. Big up to Alf in the chat as always. Absolute real one. Hope you're all good. Scott says, honestly, Smith would have had a great impact to Leicester than Dewsbury-Hall would at Arsenal. I think both are great players in their own right. But my opinion, yeah, I mean, as I said, as an Arsenal fan, I would have preferred Smith Rowe personally over your guy Dewsbury-Hall. Right now, I just want Smith Rowe to play and get more minutes because for the benefit of his career, he's still young. We've seen how good Smith Rowe has been. I mean, the guy bagged double digits for us 2 years ago when he's playing consistently with Arsenal, starting games consistently. He looked fantastic, and then obviously he got that big injury, and then obviously after that he returned and played England under 21s or whatever. I think, and then obviously they won the whole entire tournament, and he was firing that, and then he's been pretty much right on our bench week in, week out. He's been getting about 10 minutes a game, and for a guy like Smith Rowe, it's not gonna be good for his career. So yeah, bro. By the way, Scott, great win for Leicester, man. You guys beating Burnham as well. Vardy, I did see obviously Jamie Vardy scoring as well. You guys getting a good win against Burnham City, man. You guys progressing to the next round of the FA Cup. Let's see how far you guys can go in that, man. Besides Martinelli's 2 goals, Smith Rowe did more than him during our last game. No, exactly. And when Smith Rowe came on, as I said, like I think just even before when he came off the bench, I mean, you saw the roar that the fans gave him. Yeah, this guy's a fan favorite at Arsenal, and the way how he's not getting enough minutes for me, I just find it a shambles, really. I'm like, this guy is so talented. Just play the guy more often, Arteta. Play him more often. Because at the start of the season, it was like Vieira playing over him, I remember. Obviously, Havertz playing over him as well. I'm like, come on, man. Smith Rowe is so talented. But yeah, no, look how well the guy played in that little 20-minute cameo he did against Palace. Like, the guy looked very, very good. And he has been looking very, very good. Even when he gets 10 minutes off the bench, Smith Rowe's been looking, very, very good. When he does get the opportunity to come off the bench, he actually looks very, very good. And even when he did start the game, even when he did get his first start of the game against Sheffield United this season, I mean, he got himself an assist, but again, he played pretty decent that game as well. So honestly, I want to see this guy more often. Alf says with Partey back, I don't think we need him because Rice might push in that position. Exactly, bro. But let's just hope, Alf, yeah, that this manager plays Partey next to Rice and not right back like he did at the start of the season. Like, I don't think he will, but it's just like you never know with all this manager, do you? Like, when you put Partey right back for the first 3 games of the season, for the last 2 games last season as well, you just don't know what's going to happen with Arteta and whether he'll actually play Partey next to Rice or will he continue playing Havertz. But I think as fans, we all know what's the best for Arsenal. That's to play Partey next to Rice. And yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, exactly, if Partey comes back in, as much as we do need another midfielder, I do think we do, but Partey coming back for us is absolutely massive. Yeah, because that midfield is going to elevate madly, massively, bro. Partey next to Rice, Odegaard in front of them. That 3 goes on to be our midfield for the rest of the season, in my opinion. And then in the summer, you guys strengthen it even more. You get in Zubimendi, or whoever it's going to be. Ideally, Zubimendi, we'll talk about in a minute. But I think there's other midfielders out there who can equally do, a very good job for us. But yeah, Partey coming back. I just hope he gets regular minutes. I hope he plays him alongside Declan Rice as well, because we've literally only seen Declan Rice and Partey play with each other as a pivot in one game this season, and that one game was against Man City in the Community Shield. Then before that, it was Partey playing right back because Arteta was wanting to force Havertz into the number 8 role. So yeah, there we go. Scott says it's more devastating for us to be missing Indeed for us in Dewsbury-Hall. The reason why I can say this is Dewsbury-Hall runs can't foul his effort and determination to touch every blade of grass. But Ndidi provides a better option from attacking perspective. I've been watching Ndidi when he's in the Prem, man, and I was like, yeah, this guy's very, very good, man. This guy is very, very good, and yeah, he's still playing for you guys as well, man. Still playing for you guys. So there we go. Hawela lads, big up to you, Geordie, bro. Big up to you, Geordie. Who've Newcastle got in? Let's have a look. Who you guys got in the FA Cup? I completely forgot. Oh, you're playing today against Fulham. You got Fulham today. Away at Craven Cottage. You guys should be winning that game, man. You guys should be beating Fulham at Craven Cottage today. But yeah, big up yourself, Geordie. Hope you're all good, bro. Hope you're all good. Big up yourself as always. You guys should be beating. I mean, it'll be a tough game away at Craven Cottage, but yeah, I do expect you to probably beat Newcastle away from home. But yeah, let me know how you're feeling going into. I mean, there's been quite a lot of transfer news in terms of your players, leaving Newcastle. Like Almiron, I heard might be leaving. Gimelesh, what's his name? Callum Wilson as well. There's quite a few players who are looking like they could be on their way out of Newcastle. But yeah, big up yourself, Geordie. Enzo Master showed how weak we was in the first half, but gave the youngsters some game time and brought on some starting players, and we walked past Brummies, mate. Love that. Yes, great to see some youngsters getting some game time for you as well, bro. Luke's big up to you, Luke. You guys lost to Shrewsbury Town, unlucky, man. Luke, head up and you go on to next week, man. Go on to next week. Big up Northampton Town as always. I don't mean this in a disrespectful manner, but Dewsbury-Hall is for Leicester, £120 million player at this point of the season, then maybe a 20 to 25 million for Smith Rowe. Bro, I hear that, and that's very, very, very fair point. Very, very fair. But no, exactly. Like I think he's one of your most, which is why I don't see you getting rid of him, bro. I don't see Leicester really selling this player because I think he's so important to your team this season, and he has been for ever since he sort of burst onto the scene for you lot. He's always been one of your main guys. Every time I look at Leicester, I always think of, I mean, it used to be Madison. I was like, James Madison was your main guy, of course, and that now you got 40 mil for him, and you moved on to obviously Tottenham, and I wish we got Madison. But then you also got Dewsbury-Hall. I think is a very, very talented and important player for you lot as well. I say this because Dewsbury-Hall will help us massively contest to go back up. Exactly, bro. Yeah, exactly. And without him, he's massive, massive, massive miss for you lot. Fulham versus Newcastle. Yes, I reckon Newcastle will get over the line. Maybe tight game, 2-1. Sort of, yeah. I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle tonight in the FA Cup. That kicks off half an hour's time, people. Can you imagine Partey, Rice and Timber all healthy for this season? Please, man. Please, this is what we need, man. It's what we need. Timber coming back in will be massive for us. Obviously, Partey for me is the big one I look at. This guy comes back in. I've always said he's our most important player, man, and he comes back in that midfield. Hopefully, yeah, we can have a bit more hope for the end of the season, for the second half of the season as well, especially when it comes in the Premier League as well. In terms of challenging for this league title with Partey and Timber back. In our team, I mean, of course, we needed signings this January, and we're not going to sign anyone. But listen, with Partey back in there, Timber back in there, we can have a little bit more hope in terms of going far and actually winning, competing this season as well, right to the wire in the Premier League as well as the Champions League as well. Jesus needs to start scoring for us to compete. Exactly, bro. This is the thing, Alf. He doesn't score enough goals. He's a good player, Jesus. Don't get it twisted. But we're talking about a clinical, prolific goal scorer here, and that ain't Jesus at all. He's a good player in terms of he's link up plays is top notch. His work rate, all that stuff. Very, 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 very skillful. But to bad goals as a clinical goal scorer, he just is not about his game whatsoever. There's a reason why obviously he's only bagged like 15 goals in his whole football career. But yeah, when we got Jesus and Nketiah, we have to wait and see what happens, bro. But we all know, Alf, we needed a striker. We all know we needed a striker, and this club didn't get the striker. We got about 4 days left of the window, and there's like winner sign, no one. So, right, my brother from Turkey, big up yourself, man. Big up Turkey as always. Jesus, my man, really wish him the best. Yeah, man. Yeah, look, Jesus for me, I actually think he's, as I said, he's a very, very good player. I rate Jesus highly. I just think when we're talking about goal scoring and a striker who can score you, and bag you goals for fun, a guy who's clinical. We haven't got that Arsenal. We have not got a clinical or prolific goal scorer at Arsenal at all. We got a good player. We got a decent striker in Jesus, but when we're asking and when we need more goals to be scored, we can't really, sort of sit there and say Jesus can do that, because he can't. Let's just be real. He just hasn't done that at all in his footballing career. It's never been about his game, which is why I wouldn't mind changing Jesus and playing him instead of a striker, playing Jesus as like a winner, sort of like as a right winner, because he has played there in the past before. Try him out on the wing, try something different in the attack, If we're not going to sign a striker, at least try something different in the attack. So this is the same old attack, the same front three. And I know we bagged 5 goals against Crystal Palace. Okay, well done. Yeah, but I'm talking about the games when it comes to like the big games before. Like the Aston Villa game, Newcastle game, Liverpool in the FA Cup, I'm sure I've missed a few others as well. But games where we're relying on our front three to bag. I mean, West Ham was a perfect example. I completely forgot about that one. West Ham, when we have 30 shots in the game, and you had Odegaard trying to put plates of chances on for our attack, and look what happened. The end product, the clinical edge, was appalling. We just can't be doing this in these big games coming up as well. We have to take our chances. We have to be more clinical in the final third, and we haven't been that. And I think that is why we needed the striker the most. We haven't gone and got that. So at least try and change. If you're not going to buy a striker, at least change it up onto as a manager. Play Jesus on the wing. Play Martinelli down the middle. Play Trossard down the middle. Whatever it is, but at least change something up and give us a bit of difference in that attack, and who knows what could happen, because I think there's players who can play striker that we haven't seen yet, like Martinelli, for example. I think has rapid pace, can get in behind multiple defensives because how quick the guy is. Same with Trossard as well. I'm a big fan of playing Trossard down false 9. But yeah, look, and this ain't me saying Jesus is a bad player. I just think we need another striker. I think we all know this. Odegaard, Jesus seem like good people as well. By the way, did you watch the FA Cup games? Chelsea versus Aston Villa, Man City versus Spurs? Yes, I did. Watch City against Spurs. Spurs obviously get knocked out. It's the history of Tottenham. All their fans crying, saying that they're robbed as well. It's just, I find that jokes. But yeah, City, they're on for the treble once again. Man City, they're on for the treble once again. But yes, it's history of the Tottenham. Another season without winning a trophy as well. And the history of the Tottenham, as always, as Chiellini once famously said, is the history of Tottenham. So there we go, man. But yeah, Villa Chelsea. I mean, obviously Villa went 1-0 up early on. Douglas Luiz's goal got disallowed, and it was obviously 0-0. I reckon Villa will do them at Villa. I reckon Emery will beat Chelsea at Villa Park. I really do. But I'm still gutted that we got knocked out of that FA Cup, man. Still absolutely gutted. But anyway, guys, let's quickly move on. Big everyone tuning in as always. Really do appreciate you guys' support. But yeah, let's move on to our next 2 stories. We've covered it all about Dewsbury-Hall. We're gonna move on now to Teabag. If you guys see my short, you know what I mean, right? If you haven't seen my short, go and check out my new YouTube short. I'm gonna start doing them now, I think. But yes, Teabag, Fabio Vieira, from obviously, I was gonna say from Prison Break, but yes, Monaco make contact over a loan deal for Arsenal's Fabio Vieira. Let's go through this. So, Liga and Giants, Monaco reportedly touched base of Arsenal to inquire about a loan deal for the Portuguese playmaker Fabio Vieira. what's this? So yeah, the 23-year-old arrived in North London in 2022 on the back of registering 14 assists in 27 appearances in obviously the Portuguese league for Porto. And he had the most joint with Rafa Silva of Benfica. So yeah, by the way, we got Fabio Vieira. We splashed 30 million on this guy Fabio Vieira. By the way, 30 million is what we splashed on Fabio Vieira to beat Man United to his signature. But Vieira's only been a rotational player during his time at the Emirates due to the fierce competition for places. The Portuguese under-21 international favours the number 10 role, but Odegaard is Mikel Arteta's undistributed first choice in the creative position, while Saka is also one of the first names on the team sheet on the right flank. Yeah, Vieira can also play. Obviously, Vieira's played quite a few times for us on the right wing, like pre-season he played right wing. I think there was a game in Europa League he played right wing as well. Vieira's also occupied a deeper midfielder role in Arteta set up, but is also behind Kai Havertz in the engine room pecking order, while Smith Rowe is also vying for minutes as he bids to concerning his fitness woes to the past. As a result, Vieira has been restricted to just five Premier League starts over the past year and a half, and he just made 3 summer-choose appearances in the group stage Champions League before suffering a serious groin injury. Okay, so there's a few things we got to look out when it comes to Fabio Vieira. He's injury prone massively, as we know. So that's one main thing. You know, we splashed 30 million this player, and he started 5 Premier League games in his Arsenal career so far. It's just not enough, is it? Yeah, the former Porto man has been in the treatment since undergoing surgery at the end of November, and there's no time frame on his recovery. But his comeback in February is not beyond the realm of possibility. Despite Vieira's lengthy layoff and lack of starts, Football Transfer claims that the midfielder's attractive interest in Monaco. They want to take him out on loan for the remainder of the campaign. The Gunners conducted business with the principal counterparts over the summer. Of course, we sold Balogun to Monaco for 25 million following his breakthrough season with Remy. Balogun has failed to recapture the prolific form which he displayed in, of course, Rems. But yeah, he's back 4 goals. So that's how well Balogun is doing apparently for obviously for Monaco. What's this? So yeah, Gunners. Chiefs still have high hopes of Vieira's future development, though. So any transfer expects to be a straight loan deal without any option or obligation to buy. It would just be apparently a straight loan for Fabio Vieira. The former Porto man has came up with 3 goals, and 10 assists in his 46 matches for Arsenal since joining the club, scoring once and setting up 4 more in 30 matches in the 23-24 season so far. Vieira's most appearance in the Arsenal jersey was a forgettable one. Low, as he was sent off just 24 minutes after coming off the bench in the 3-1 Burnley on November the 11th. Of course, this season, guys, he did get sent off for us. But let's talk about this guy, man. Fabio Vieira, the guy who we splashed 30 million on in the summer. Arteta bought this guy 30 million last summer. And let's just be honest with it, is not worked out as we expected. I think we even signed the guy when he was injured as well. You know, he's pictured in a knee, having himself in what's the thing's called? Like you know when you break your leg, or like when you when you hurt your knee and you got to wear that support thing. I don't know what it's called. My mind's gone blank. It's completely, I don't know. The thing where you break a leg and you bloody not crutch. You have crutches, but then you have also the support. I don't know, people. Anyway, he's pictured in one of them when we signed the player, and once again he's injured now. He's had a mad operation in November, which is going to take him out for months anyway. This is not worked out as expected, has it? Splashing 30 million for this guy from Porto. And how did he convince me that he's worth any of that? No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't really. And people say, oh, but he deserves more game time. But even when he plays, I mean, there's a few games where, he can. I mean, I remember the game against Brentford. He scored that absolute banning goal. There's a few occasions where he's looked actually decent, but majority of the times when I see this guy, I think he's not physical enough to play in the Premier League. Let's be brutally honest with it. This guy, I think when he was playing for us, everyone used to say he needs a bulk, and he does seriously needs a bulk. He still seriously needs a bulk because physicality is not there. He's not physical enough. That's certainly not his strong It's your point. Like, you know what? Technically, he's actually pretty decent, to be fair. Yeah, but physicality is the main thing that as a midfielder you need as well, especially in Premier League football. And the guy is not physical whatsoever. Yeah, the guy is built, like a twig. Let's just be brutally honest with it. He's not physical enough to be a midfielder for Arsenal Football Club. Physicality is something you can resolve. Fabio Vieira just eat, bro. Go to the gym, Fabio Vieira. No, I'm taking the piss. Like, no, in all honesty, he's not physical enough to be a starter in the Premier League. If he improves his physicality, and obviously he needs more game time, more consistent minutes as well. But I honestly think a loan deal would make, especially right now in January, would make perfect sense for this player, because this guy needs game time. This guy needs minutes now. We splashed 30 mil for this player. Just don't forget that, guys. That is the main thing for me, is that amount of money, 30 million we splashed on someone like Fabio Vieira. The guy needs game time. The guy needs minutes, and he's not going to get that at Arsenal, especially, when Smith Rowe's hungry for game time, when Arteta seems to want his boy Havertz playing week in, week out there. Party's on his way back now. Jorginho can play there as well, as we know. Sort of does get over Fabio Vieira. I mean, he's not going to get over Odegaard. He's not going to get over Saka even on the right-hand side. He's not even good enough to back up Saka on the right-hand side. So, yeah, the guy is very limited when it comes to playing for Arsenal. So, I think a loan deal makes a lot of sense for him. And to Monaco as well. I mean, we already done business with them. Saw Balogun to Monaco. But I feel like a loan deal makes perfect sense, because he goes to Monaco in the French league as well. I think he will play pretty much week in, week out for Monaco. If I look at the midfield very quickly, make sure you guys keep your light buttons up. If I look at the midfield very quickly, AS Monaco, let's have a look. They're currently fourth in Ligue 1, of course, but let's see who they play in the midfield. Let's have a look. So they play Fofana and Zakaria in the midfield. They also play Alexander Golovin as well, and this guy called Akliuch as well. I think he gets in over that guy. So, and the formation he plays, and the formation they play as well, Monaco, I think it will suit him. They play a sort of like a 3-4-2-1 formation. So he's going to be playing in a more advanced position, which I think will suit him a lot. So honestly, I think a loan deal to Monaco would make sense, 100%. Alf says, if you can only say on top, maybe he will score some goals. Playing the striker for Arsenal should be easy position, but because we control the game in Correa, as a striker, all you need to do is shoot. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, Alf. The thing is, is even when he's been at a striker, he's not been scoring enough goals for us, has he? Even when he's playing in that main striker position, like, he's been doing superb in the Champions League, Jesus is. But when it comes to like Premier League and week in, week out sort of a striker, I mean, plenty of examples who you go and look at elsewhere, and you look at strikers and you're like, yeah, they back for fun. This guy's not doing that as a striker, which is why I'm saying just change it around, because we need more goals. And if we're not going to sign a striker, start changing things around. Otherwise, it's going to keep the same, and we ain't going to go anywhere. I don't know much about him. Says Sarah, I think you mean. Do you mean Vieira, or do you mean Dewsbury-Hall? Let me know, bro. But yeah, big up to you, man. Josh, which position do you play in football? I play midfield. Big up midfield, man. Big up midfield. I'm a left back, bro. I play the same position as Zinchenko, pretty much. I play the same position as Zinchenko, and yeah, I can defend as well. I can actually defend. No, left back for me. That's my main position. I've been playing left back. I literally started my position as a striker when I was like when I first played football when I was 5 years old, and then when I got about 11, 10 years old, I moved to left winger, and then when I got about 13, 14 years old, I obviously moved to left back, and I've been left back ever since. Do I like left back? I think I don't mind it. I don't mind left back. I don't mind it. I think going forwards is what I love the most, I think. But even defensively, like when you make a last-ditch tackle, it's the best feeling ever, man. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, Fabio Vieira. Oh yeah, you don't know much about Fabio Vieira. I mean, I'm not surprised because he barely played for us, has he? He's barely started for us, has he at all? I mean, he's been on the bench multiple times, comes off the bench, but he's barely got any of that consistent game time, that consistent minutes. I think alone will be perfect for him, guys. Anyway, let's go to our last story, guys. We're going to be talking about Martin Zubimendi. Quick update on this today, reported by this article from AFC Sphere, and he says Mikel Arteta has already apparently spoken to Martin Zubimendi, and he is open to the idea of moving to the Emirates in the summer. This is by Blair's Buying Insider podcast, reported today, of course. But yeah, Zubimendi, there's so much talk about going around this guy, people. To obviously to Arsenal, that seems to be the destination that he desires. Sociedad's obviously, well, probably one of their best players at Sociedad. I think the fact that he's obviously was born in Sociedad as well, and he's playing for his boyhood club as well. He's loving it over there. He's playing Champions League football as well. Still, they're in the last 16. I can't remember who they're playing. I think they're playing PSG, aren't they? The last 16. So he's still in Champions League. Yeah, there's no way he's going to leave in January. No way. But look, when it comes to the summer, the guy's got a 50 mil release clause. The guy has about a 53 million release clause that we can go and activate, and we need to activate it. We need to activate this thing. This guy is a fantastic player. Obviously, I've spoken about him multiple times. He's been named the next Sergio Busquets, and technically, I'll give him that. I mean, technically, this guy's unbelievable. Yeah, I have to say it all the time. Technically, this guy's unbelievable, and he can actually score goals as well. He can score plenty of goals. This guy as well. So, honestly, I think this guy, for me, would be a phenomenal signing. I think this guy's a fantastic football player, and I think signing someone like Martin Zubimendi, elevates us and elevates that midfield, to that next level. It is unfortunately going to be in the summer, and it's not going to be now. But Zubimendi for me is absolute quality. And yes, I'll be right. I don't sit there and watch Sociedad week in, week out. I've seen them a few times play in La Liga, particularly when they're playing against Barca, when they're playing against Madrid, Atletico Madrid as well. I like to watch Simeone ball quite a lot, to be honest, with Atletico. So I see when they play Sociedad, and I see this guy obviously play for Spain as well. And he looks quality, man. He looks absolutely quality, and I think this guy will suit us perfectly as well. I really do. I think this guy suits our style of play. I think this guy will suit our system. I think this guy will be perfect to come in and sit where Declan. Well, we'll play where Havertz is playing as well. And I think this was a no-brainer. I really think, and a release clause of 53 million as well. Again, that's a no-brainer. It's not like it's not any of this big money. 100 mils. You got the 80 mil. All that stuff. This is 53 million. We're talking about, people. That is, for me, in this day and age now, somewhat of like in the new era of football that we're in. We see so many big transfers. If we were to go and sign a world-class striker, we're gonna have to pay 100 million, 120 million for someone like Osimhen, for someone like Ivan Toney. It would be literally over 100 million to sign an actual quality striker. But we know we need a midfielder as well, and 53 million for someone like Martin Zubimendi, that is, for me right now, a bargain, and it's a no-brainer, 100% no-brainer, man. And this guy's absolutely quality, and 100% a player who we need to go and get, and we'll probably go and get as well. I mean, so much reports coming out saying we're leading the race to sign Zubimendi. The player wants to come to Arsenal. He favours a move to Arsenal over any other club as well. He's going to be leaving in the summer. January, of course, not going to happen, but the summer will happen, and he will be leaving apparently very Sociedad in the summer. He wants new challenge. He wants to come to the Premier League as well, and apparently Arsenal is the ideal destination. Obviously, we know apparently Arteta has had talks with Zubimendi. Zubimendi's agreed to come in the summer. I don't know how much truth to that is, but it wouldn't surprise me if we were to go and sign this guy in the summer, really. And I think it'd be a phenomenal signing. I think this is one of the first signings we need to make, as well as the striker. Pay this guy a release clause, activate this guy's release clause. So we have Zubimendi in there. We have Declan Rice, Odegaard, Partey. that's our midfield pretty much sorted there. That is our midfield pretty much sorted. And, for next season, like I said, I wish we got him this season, but sorry, I wish we got him this season in January, but, it looks like, of course, we're not going to be getting him this season whatsoever. Having said that, he does have a 53. So technically, we could activate his release clause and get him right now if he really wanted to. Again, the player's got to agree to obviously leave as well. But and I think he would, to be honest. But yeah, it just doesn't look like it's gonna obviously happen in January. So yeah, guys, of course, Martin Zubimendi, is he the answer for Arsenal? I think this guy's the answer for our midfield. I think this guy's coming straight into our midfield in the summer as well, and I think this guy will be perfect for Arsenal. I mean, what I've seen of him, I think this guy would be absolutely perfect, man. Absolutely perfect. I think he's got all the abilities that we need in that midfield. I think he suits there 100% more better than Kai Havertz does in the number 8 role. Alongside Declan Rice, Odegaard in front, I think it's perfect, man. That free midfield will be perfect. And you also have Partey there as well. Hopefully he stays as well, of course, because I've always said Partey needs to be our most important player. But yeah, of course, this we'll definitely want to keep an eye on, guys, when it comes to the summer. In 6 months' time, it'll be interesting to see how he does end of the season as well with Sociedad. But so far, I'm really liking the look at this guy, man. And he's been named the next Sergio Busquets for a reason, people. He really has. And yeah, technically, this guy's quality. But yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts. Zubimendi to Arsenal. Let me know. Leave your thoughts down below. And yeah, I'd love to hear all your thoughts as always on these transfer rumors. But big up, guys, as always, man. I'm going to wrap it up. Big up to everyone who tuned in this day. Really, really do appreciate it. Big up to Luca dropping his link as always. Yeah, I've seen it, Luca. I've seen your stream, bro. Not your stream. I've seen your video, man. It's a great video. I liked it. I left a comment as well, bro. Yeah, it was a good video, man. So then he can play the 8 role more than the 6. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. So he can literally play where Havertz is then right now playing. Yeah, look, I mean, he can play DM, centre mids, 6, 8 role, whatever you want to call it, man. This guy is perfect for us, man. This guy is perfect for us. But yeah, I think we signed this guy. Slots right into our team, and honestly, I think it is a no-brainer, especially for 53 million release clause as well. The player wants to come to Arsenal apparently over any other club. So yeah, I know there's clubs in from that Barcelona want him. Bayern Munich want him as well, I heard. But honestly, I reckon we can get him over both of those, in my opinion. So yeah, there we go, guys. That is that. We'll be back literally half an hour's time for the AFCON watch-along. Nigeria taking on Cameroon. Make sure you guys tune in for that one. It's going to be a good one, hopefully. Big up the AFCON as always. Then watch Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen watch people is on. So yeah, we're watching Osimhen play. Can you make a live state? When I next go to the Emirates, I will, bro. When I next go to the Emirates, my next game I'm going to is I'm trying to think. I literally try and get the tickets today for it. I can't remember what game it was. I think it's Brentford I'm going to next. When we play Brentford at the Emirates, when we play Brentford at the Emirates, I'll probably go to that one. And I will be doing like a match day vlog. Yeah, and I will go live in the stadium, bro. No worries at all. It would be great to watch your reactions during the match. Yeah, bro. Yeah, well, definitely, man. Definitely. So when we play Brentford, no, what am I about? The next game I'm going to is obviously on my birthday. Because we played Newcastle on my birthday. So I'm definitely going to go to that one. Newcastle, the Emirates on my birthday. So yeah, February 23rd. Well, I think we play on 24th, so it's a day after my birthday. But still, it's pretty much near my birthday. So like it's actually a day after my birthday. So I'll definitely be going to the one against Newcastle at the Emirates. And this football club better not ruin my birthday, man. Yeah, I'm telling you. Like, they ruins Christmas for us. They literally ruined, what was it? Boxing Day by losing to pretty much West Ham. Ruined New Year by losing to Fulham. And, yeah. Mad. Yes, Sarat. Yes, big up to you, Sarat, man. Big up. Just keep making keep going. I appreciate your support as always throughout, bro. Really do appreciate the support there. Thank you very much for that. That's a good question, man. Between Zubimendi or Onana, who would you pick? That's a very very good question. I still go Zubimendi for me. Although I actually rate Onana very highly. For Everton, I actually do rate him. I think physicality, the guy's a beast. But I feel like Zubimendi would offer a bit more than Onana. You know, yeah, there's the argument saying one's Prem proven than the other. I get it. You know, Onana's been in Prem for a few years now. He's looked pretty decent, but I'm still taking Zubimendi over Onana personally, bro. I feel like Zubimendi as a overall player is a lot better than Onana is. I think Onana is good in many, you know, attributes like physicality. That is the thing I look at Onana. I think, yeah, this guy's a beast in the midfield. But I think Zubimendi as an all-round player is better than Onana. So I'll go my Zubimendi personally, bro. Big up seeing in the show. You're all good, brother. Hope you're all good. Hope you've been keeping well. Should Klopp take the England job? Well, if he did take the England job, England would actually win something, wouldn't they? England would actually win something, you know, especially with the squad he's going to have as well. I don't know, man. I think, as I said, if he does, England will win something. England will actually win trophies, especially with the squad they got and with the manager they got now. They would actually win something, guys. But should he take England? No, he needs to take the Arsenal job. Jurgen Klopp in, man. Come on, big up Klopp, big up Klopp. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if he goes straight back into straight back into management, man. Because I mean, looking at his interview, he said, you know, he's out of energy for, you know, managing Liverpool now. Maybe he want a new challenge, or maybe he just want to, you know, settle down for a few years, because it's kind of mad. Like, it does take it. I can imagine being a manager, yeah. You know, week in, week out for a Premier League, especially like managing a club of Liverpool as well, the size of Liverpool, you know. And I get he gets paid a lot. I do understand that, but every single day, the guy's probably thinking about everything on his mind about football every single day, managing Liverpool, like the tactics to like the next game, like, yeah. So it probably has took an out on him, you know. He probably hasn't had that sort of like rest, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, if he did take the England job, fucking hell, man, England would win a lot. They actually would win a lot, especially with Klopp in charge. But let me know what you think. I only take Zubimendi if I can use him in the 8 role. Yeah, that's fair, bro. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. This is the thing. He can play all around the midfield though. So I'm sure Arteta would, hopefully, if we were to sign him, play him there. With Klopp leaving, I believe I will give Arteta an extension because Pep might leave soon. I saw today that Pep, I think Fabio came out and said it. I saw that Pep apparently saying that he might be staying. he might be signing a contract extension himself. So yeah, Pep might actually be staying. I don't know, man. I don't know if Pep will actually stay. But yeah, Klopp leaving is mad as well. You know, that came out of nowhere, especially how Liverpool are right now as well. Like, the fact that they're in a title race, you know, the fact that they're in pretty much all the competitions still. They're in the Carabao Cup final, they're in the FA Cup final, and he's leaving. It's like, I know it's the end of the season, but I don't know. Maybe the guy wants a new challenge. I mean, there's been lots of talk, rumors going around that he's going to be going to maybe Bayern Munich if Tuchel obviously leaves or gets potted. And then obviously, I mean, this is the thing. Liverpool getting rid of Klopp at the end of the season. The ideal candidate for them is going to be, you know, the ex-player, isn't it? Xabi Alonso from Leverkusen. I mean, we've seen the job he's done at Leverkusen. But yeah, someone like Xabi Alonso would be probably their favourite to replace Jurgen Klopp. You know, the ex-player. And we've seen how well he's been doing with Leverkusen as well. You know, they're still unbeaten. And could they go all the way and obviously win the Bundesliga? So, yeah, mad news, man. Came out of nowhere as well. Came out of nowhere. It would have made more sense if he would have left in the last season when Liverpool was sort of fifth, but I guess he didn't want to leave on a bad note, and fair play to him. He's going to leave on a higher note for sure. They're going to win something this season, Liverpool, whether it's the Carabao Cup, whether it's the FA Cup, not the Premier League, but whether it's Europa League. They're definitely going to win something this season, Liverpool, and he's going to leave them on a higher note. Of course, won the Premier League already, won the Champions League as well, as we know. This he's been one of the best, for me, one of the best managers to watch the past. I think 5 years he's been at Liverpool. I think you look at him, you think, yeah, honestly, one of my favorite managers, and I hate to say it because he's obviously Liverpool, but definitely one of just the way how he came in and how he rebuilded it as well. You look at his first squad that he had to obviously rebuild, and the way how he brought in his own players and got them a Premier League title, got them the Champions League title as well. It's got them being back to where they belong, Liverpool, because, well, to be fair, under Brendan Rodgers, it was like, he was like the nearly guy. He couldn't get him over the line. They finished second. Stevie G slips that season. But, but I'm sorry, but the players that Klopp had to deal with in his first season were kind of crazy. And, the way how we rebuilded it. And, yeah, it was great to see. Especially, as an Arsenal fan, wasn't great to see because we're rivals, but I'm sure neutrals, and I can have a little bit of respect for Jurgen Klopp because unbelievable manager in the Premier League. And is it a shame that he's leaving? I think it's not, as we're Arsenal fans, but I'm sure I can see why Liverpool fans are absolutely devastated. I can see why Liverpool fans are absolutely devastated that Klopp's leaving. They're all crying about it, and I can understand why. But if you're looking at it as an Arsenal point of view, we're like, okay, this is one good manager that's, a quality manager that's gone now, so we need to see what, obviously Liverpool do next in terms of who they're going to get in the summer, because, they're not only getting rid of Klopp, they're getting rid of the whole staff, they're getting rid of their director as well, managing director, they're going to get, obviously, that new manager in as well. Xabi Alonso, most likely, I can see definitely. I mean, especially if he wins Bundesliga or Leverkusen, he's gone 100%. Yeah, if he wins the league with Bundesliga or Leverkusen, he's like, yes, Liverpool calling me now. I'm going to Liverpool, of course he will. So let me go then. No more. Imagine, man, bro, imagine no more Pep Guardiola and no more Jurgen Klopp in the Premier League, man. Crazy. It'd be crazy, man. It'd be crazy if it doesn't extend. But anyway, guys, I'm getting myself out of it. I will literally be back in another 25 minutes for a watch long tonight. Big up everybody tuning in as always, people. Hopefully, there's gonna be a bit more chance for news. Hopefully, we will actually sign someone. I don't see it, but hopefully, we will actually sign someone. Take care, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone who did tune in as always. If you're on your channel, make sure you do subscribe. We're on the road to 7K now. We recently did hit 6,000 subscribers, so I really do appreciate you guys' support as always. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, with a Nottingham Forest preview in the evening and maybe a transfer update as well. Monday, there'll be a podcast and maybe opposition preview. Tuesday, obviously, also back. We do play Nottingham Forest away at people on Tuesday night. There'll be a live watch along and the match reaction player ratings. And obviously, I'm back again in literally 25 minutes time for another watch along. We're doing AFCON tonight. Nigeria against, obviously, Cameroon. So take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, wherever you guys are going to get up to. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tonight in about 25 minutes' time. Cheers, guys. Take care.